Hey everybody, welcome to Kitchen Conversations episode number 2. Today we are going to be talking all about zucchini. So we're going to make 3 different recipes today. Number 1, I'm going to show you how to spiralize zucchini and make spaghetti noodles. The second recipe we're going to do is a zucchini boat. And the third recipe is something fun. We're going to do healthier zucchini muffins with some chocolate chips in them. So stay tuned for some delicious recipes. So to get started, I would typically do probably 1 zucchini per person for the spiralized zucchini. And zucchini is an awesome option because it has a really mild flavor. So you can kind of season it however you like or however you want it to taste. And then number 2, zucchini is super low calorie, super low carb. So if you are in the weight management program and you are a pasta lover, or you just want to have pasta every once in a while without kind of blowing your calorie budget, this is a great alternative to kind of give you the best of both worlds. So 1 cup of zucchini is roughly 28 calories and about 3 grams of fiber. So it's a really good fiber source. It's super low in calories. And I always tell people, my favorite thing about it is you can eat your pasta dish without feeling bloated after. And shoot, if you want a piece of garlic bread on the side, you can have it too, because you're not going to blow that carbohydrate budget or that calorie budget. So let's go ahead and get started with our spiralized zucchini. Like I was saying earlier, I usually do 1 whole zucchini per person. So if it's 2 people eating, then you might do 2. If you think that they're big eaters, then maybe do a 3rd one just to be safe. So take those out of the package. What you're going to do is you're going to cut the stems and then the very bottom off. Alrighty. Next, there's a few different options. I have this spiralizer. I got this from Bed Bath & Beyond for about $10. My very first spiralizer I ever got was from Walmart. It was $6. It was like this, but it only had 1 end. They've also got bigger ones if you've got a large family. And you put the zucchini in the middle of this contraption and then you just kind of crank the wheel and it's going to spiralize as well. There's KitchenAid attachments. There's all kinds of things that you can use. But for myself and my fiance, it's just 2 of us. This is really all that we need. It doesn't take too much time. So if you can see, there is a thin side and then there's a thick side. So they're kind of similar, but I typically do the thick side. So what you want to do is after you cut the ends off of your zucchini, you're going to get a bowl, get your spiralizer, grab your zucchini, and then put the zucchini in, and then you twist the zucchini like so. And as you'll see, it's going to start spiralizing out. Now through this side right here is going to be the very middle of the zucchini. And that's where the seeds are going to come out. So I'm going to leave that off of the edge of the bowl. So we're just going to twist. Also keep in mind, if you do this whole zucchini, it's going to be this long. So I'll usually, after I spiralize it, I'll just take some kitchen scissors and chop it a few times so that the noodles aren't quite so long. So I'm going to twist these till they're all done. And don't worry about peeling the zucchini either. Leave it on, very tender, gives it extra nutrients and fiber and color. So you can see the little spirals of the inside coming out too. Like I said, that's the seeds. And this spiralizer comes with an attachment that you can stick in the end and twist so you can get more out of it. But I don't know where mine's at right now. So we're just gonna make do. So I'm almost down to the end, as you can see. And I'm just gonna twist it as long as I can, but I'll probably stop soon so I can get it out. Alrighty, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna pull it out, and it looks really funny. You can throw this away, or if you don't like food waste, cut this off and just chop the rest up. And you can throw it in there too. So, awesome. There's all that. I'm gonna chop it really quick before I do the second zucchini, and I will be right back. All right, guys, time to cook the zucchini. You can't see my face right now, but I really wanted y'all to see the food up close. So we've got our spiralized noodles here. I've turned my skillet on medium high, and keep in mind that you technically don't have to cook the zucchini noodles, but what we're doing here is we're just heating them up. So really remember that, because we don't want to cook them too long or else they're going to get really mushy. Zucchini is about 95% water, and so it's going to just naturally release a lot of water after you cook it. So just be careful with that. You can cook it in the skillet. You can, for honestly about probably 2 or 3 minutes. You can cook it in the microwave. You can put this whole bowl in the microwave for 1 minute and then it's done, which is pretty cool. Or if you want to meal prep and you want to spiralize your zucchini, put it in little glass Tupperwares with the sauce over it. That would be awesome too, because when you microwave it, it's essentially just going to steam it and cook it for you. So let's go ahead and add a tiny bit of, I'm just using avocado oil today. You can use olive oil if you want. All right, it's good. Whatever oil that you like. And our pan is hot. I'll throw these in here. Sometimes I like to use some minced garlic. I might throw some spices on here. Just kind of depends on the day. We're keeping it simple for now. Then I'm just gonna get my tongs and let it heat up. As for sauce, you can do just a basic marinara sauce. You can do an Alfredo sauce. Really any kind of sauce you want. Today I made a meat sauce with marinara. You can also do like a shrimp Alfredo. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's super simple, and this is a really easy, quick weeknight dinner that you can whip up that the whole family will probably like. And if your family is gonna be kind of iffy about green noodles, what I would recommend is maybe just adding 1 zucchini in spiralized with your regular pasta and see how that goes first. And if they like it, then you can slowly start incorporating a little bit more. The last note that I want to tell y'all about is they also make pre-spiralized zucchini, and they keep it in the freezer section. I believe Green Giant has a brand, and all you have to do for that, that's going to be extremely easy, is pop it in the microwave and it's going to steam, and then you're good to go. All you have to do is find some sauce, and if you want a protein source, and you're done. Okay, so I think this looks good. They're nice and heated up. I'm going to turn the stove off, grab my bowl, and make my plate. Voila. Now it's time for our sauce. Okay, I'm going to scoot y'all over just a little bit. There we go. All right, let's top it with our sauce. Yum. Delish. All right, and let me grab a fork. We're ready to eat. I chopped these up a little small, but, oh, okay, there we go. Grab your fork and you're ready to go. Yum. All right, recipe number 2, the Zucchini Boats. So this is another really fun, easy recipe, especially if you've got a sauce mixture already made up. Sometimes what we like to do is make a meat sauce, whatever. It could be a Mexican style, it could be like a buffalo chicken in the middle. Really whatever you're feeling that night. This is just your vessel, and you can fill it with whatever you want to. So if you've got the sauce already made up, sometimes we'll keep some sauce in the freezer, take it out, it's already made. All you need to do is fill it, pop it in the oven, done. So let's get started hollowing out these zucchini boats. What we're gonna do, and I've already chopped the ends off of these, I'm gonna cut them in half, right down the middle, and I'm gonna do 2 of them. Preheat your oven to about 350, 375, depending on whichever recipe you decide to go off of. And then all you're gonna need is a spoon. And we're gonna start hollowing these out. So I just kind of hold the spoon like this, and I'm just gonna dig the middle out essentially. So this, kind of slowly, because sometimes you might take a whole entire chunk out of the zucchini. That's no fun. Alrighty. See? So I've got this big chunk. I'm gonna put it into this bowl because we're gonna use the rest later. And you can see that it's starting to hollow out. I'm just gonna flip it around because I feel like it's easier to do half at a time. And I'm gonna start from this side. There we go. Okay, after I've got the majority of it out, then I'll kind of clean it to look a little better. So I'm just holding it like this at this point. Kind of think of a pumpkin sort of. So I'm just gonna carve it like this, and you're gonna see that it makes a smooth inside. So let's get the rest of that. We do still want to leave the skin, so don't press too hard, but alrighty, that looks good. And I'm gonna put this in our bowl for later. Now onto the next one. Okay, start at this end, kind of wiggle your spoon through, flip it around, same thing. Alrighty, and then we clean it out like a pumpkin. Alrighty, looking good. I've got one done so far. Another good thing about this recipe is I feel like, you know, with a pack of 3 zucchinis, you're gonna get 6 boats. So it's gonna make plenty of dinner for that night, and you're also definitely gonna have leftovers. And I can confirm they make great lunch the next day. So they heat up really well. And it's almost like the flavors and the sauce kind of meld even more together and combine. So it's really tasty. Kind of like a day old or day leftover spaghetti. It's even better the second day. Alrighty. Scooping this out. Okay. And what we're gonna do with the middles in a second is I'm just gonna chop it up, and then you can add it to your sauce or whatever mixture you decide to do. You might do your buffalo chicken or like a Tex-Mex with black beans and corn type of deal. And that's just gonna give you even more filling and less waste. Alrighty. There we go. So you can see, super, super quick. Carving out the middle might be fun for kiddos. All right, so we're done with this. Next, I'm going to just set these aside for a second while I chop up the insides of the zucchini. All right, and you can hear Ollie outside. He doesn't like to be left out, so he's got to bark or find a squeaky toy or something. All right, and I'm just chopping this up. As fine or as thick as you want it to be. Alrighty. It's pretty soft and tender, so I personally don't mind if I have a few thicker pieces. Okay, so that is chopped up, done with the knife. I'm gonna add this to our bowl. Okay, and we are now done with the cutting board. Okay, here's my bowl with the insides of the zucchini. I'm gonna add my sauce to this. Alrighty. And if y'all have never cooked with a Rachel Ray pan or skillet, non-stick, they're amazing. Literally nothing sticks to them. I've never had to scrub anything off of them. You don't have to use cooking spray, which feels kind of weird, but you don't, because nothing sticks to them. So highly recommend if you're looking for some pots and pans. All right, so this looks good. I'm just mixing it together. All right, next, I typically use a 9x13 baking dish, but today, since I'm only doing 4 instead of 6 halves, I'm gonna use a little square dish. So my little Corningware, and I've got this sprayed with Pam already. All right, so we're just gonna place these in the dish. Perfect. So as you can see in here, and then we're just gonna fill them with our sauce. And if some of it pours over, it's okay. We usually have leftover sauce, and I'll just literally like cover the whole entire thing. So super good. Okay. And for this recipe, we had a lean ground beef in the fridge, so we just used that, but I have also used ground turkey. You could use ground chicken. You could use like a turkey sausage, or an Italian sausage would be really good as well. So fill these up as much or as little as you want. I'm gonna do 1 more spoon. Okay, like I said, I just kind of cover the whole entire thing. There we go. Doesn't have to look pretty. Okay, last step, don't forget mozzarella cheese. So we're just gonna sprinkle this over, once again, as much or as little as you want. Very versatile, up to you. And I've just got a low fat, part skim mozzarella. So just cover this. If you wanna add any extra spices like Italian seasoning, crushed red pepper, oregano, those are a few of my favorites. Go for it. Okay, I think that looks good. All right, and now we just pop it in the oven. You're gonna bake these for about 30-ish minutes, depending on how fast your oven bakes, and then they will be good to go. So I will be back once these are done, and I'll let you see the bubbly goodness. All righty, guys. All right, let's grab our zucchini boats out of the oven. It's been about 30 minutes. Yum. I'm gonna show y'all up close what they look like. They look delicious. So yummy. So I put them in just on regular bake, and then at the very end, I like to broil it just to get that cheese a little bit bubbly. But yeah, they look super good. I would definitely let them cool off a little bit and then go ahead and serve them. And that's all you need. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. Our next recipe is gonna be our muffins, so stay tuned. Hello from down here. Recipe number 3 are zucchini muffins with chocolate chips in them, optional of course. I'm at this funny angle right now because I really want y'all to be able to see what I'm mixing in up a little bit closer. So you'll still be able to hear me and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Just won't see my face. So, all right, let's get started. What you're gonna need is to set your oven on 350. While that's heating up, we can go ahead and start mixing together our ingredients. And one second. Okay, so what you're gonna wanna do first is grab 2 more zucchinis. You're gonna chop the ends off of those. Do not have to peel them. And if you have a grater, you're gonna go ahead and grate up 1 zucchini. I said 2 earlier, I meant 1. 1 zucchini to get about 1 cup. You can use an old-fashioned grater. We apparently threw ours away. So we just used our food processor and lightly just kind of kept pulsing it until you got this grated mixture. If your zucchini ends up putting off any extra water, you can put a paper towel and just kind of blot it. But yeah, so do that first. Next, we are going to add together, let's start with our dry ingredients in a big bowl. So I will put this right here for y'all. We are gonna start with 2 cups of almond flour. I love to use almond flour for any baked good recipes, especially when I'm trying to keep it lower calorie and definitely lower carb. That way, you know, you could still make treats and you can still make things like desserts and muffins and not feel like you can't have it at all because that's no fun. So 2 cups of this. If you don't have a bag of almond flour, and I'll show you what the one I bought looks like. So I just got this from Aldi actually. They've got it at Walmart, Publix, any grocery store. So it looks like that, but if you don't have any and you have almonds on hand, you can literally throw your almonds in a blender, blend them up, and voila, you've got almond flour. So let's pour this into our bowl. Alrighty. Next, we are going to add our flax seeds, and this is 1/3 of a cup. Our almond flour was 2 cups, this is 1/3. Boom. Flaxseed is great for added fiber, and it's also got some omega-3s in it, so your heart healthy fats. Next, I have a mixture of 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 pinch of sea salt, and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. So let's dump that on in there. Okay, and then lastly for your dry ingredients, we have 1/2 cup of, you can do sugar, you can do coconut sugar, you can do a sugar alternative like Swerve or Splenda or erythritol based sweetener, whatever you want to use. It's totally up to you. So dump that in. Okay. And we are going to give that a stir. Try to get out these clumps. And I've got the recipe right here in front of me. That's why I keep moving my hand in front of the screen. Alrighty, so try to get those clumps out. And stir it together. And today we're gonna make a loaf, kind of like a zucchini loaf. I know I keep saying muffins, which you can make muffins as well. I'm just feeling a little lazy today and I don't want to deal with putting all the batter in little individual muffin cups. So whatever you want to do, this is blended. Let's move on to our wet ingredients. Our first ingredient for this bowl is going to be 5 large eggs. So I've already cracked those. Okay. Next, we're going to do a 1/3 cup of oil. Today I used avocado oil. You can use whatever oil you like. Alrighty. And then lastly, our teaspoon, our little baby bowl of vanilla. Okay. Alrighty. So we are going to whisk this together. I'm just going to break up the little egg yolks for y'all. And I'll move this over here so y'all can see me. And then we're just going to whisk this together. Try not to get it everywhere. Alrighty. Very good. Okay, and now it's time to add your wet ingredients to your dry ingredients. So I'm just gonna put that right there. This looks almost like sand, but it's from the almonds. All right, let's pour this in. If you've noticed, we have not added our zucchini yet. And we're gonna fold this together. Nice and easy. Once you've got this mixture folded together, then you can add your cup of grated zucchini and your 1/2 cup of chocolate chips if you want them in there. Of course, you definitely don't have to add chocolate chips, but if you know me, I'm definitely gonna add them because I have a sweet tooth. All right, so this looks nice and mixed together. Give it a few more stirs. Okay, perfect. So let's throw in our zucchini. Grab the rest of that. Okay. And I'm using dark chocolate chips as well. I love baking with dark chocolate chips because I feel like whatever you're baking typically is sweet enough. So this is a nice little balance to it. All right, pour those in, and then we're just gonna fold once again. When it says fold, you don't necessarily wanna stir it like this. You just kind of wanna go like this. So it's a lot gentler, more gentle, and hopefully we're not gonna over mix it by just stirring or folding it in. Okay, so just a few of those just to get it, as soon as it's combined, basically, it's ready to go. So, all right, let's grab our loaf pan. And I have sprayed this loaf pan with Pam, and then I put this parchment paper in here. I really like this parchment paper because it comes pre-cut. Once again, sounds lazy, but it makes life so much easier. So I just stuck that down in there. Once it's baked and we take it out of the oven, we can easily just pop this out and eat it. So let's go ahead and pour this in without trying to make a mess. Awesome. Okay. Alrighty, awesome. So I've got it in here. Gonna smooth it out a little bit. Yum. Alright, so here it is before. I'm gonna put it in the oven and I will be back in about, so your loaves are gonna take a lot longer. It might take anywhere from like 45 minutes to an hour. And this is just because it's so thick and dense. If you're doing muffins, then it's only gonna take like 25 to 30 minutes. So I'm gonna pop this in the oven, 350, and I will be right back. Hello again. So it's been about 50 minutes. I set a timer for 45 minutes, but it took a little bit, about 5 to 10 more extra minutes. And now our zucchini bread is done. So let's grab it out of the oven. Yum. All right, so let's give y'all a close-up. Delicious. If you don't already know, to figure out if this bread is done, you want to wait until the very middle is cooked. So to tell, I always just kind of press down a little bit, and if it comes back up, then you know it's done. You can also like stick a toothpick in it or a fork or something, and if it comes out clean, then it's done. So let's try and take this out of the pan with our parchment paper trick. Let's get this a little closer to the stove. Keep your over mitts on because it's hot. Alrighty. There we go. Voila. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Wow. How nice. Okay, so that worked perfect. And I'm gonna cut a slice for you guys. Here it is up close again. Let's cut a little slice. Typically I'd wait, but I can't. It smells too good. Let's get this end slice over here. Yummy. Oh my goodness. I've got to show y'all this. Look at that deliciousness. All right, well, I can't wait to try this. I have no doubt that it's delicious. And I hope that y'all make this at home. I hope you've enjoyed the video. At this point, if you've watched this whole video, there will be a YouTube link attached, or sorry, not a YouTube, this is YouTube, but there will be a SurveyMonkey link attached underneath the YouTube and also in the email that I send y'all. It's just a short 5-minute quiz. It's easy. It's just a way for us to know that you actually watched it so I can mark you as completed. So thanks for joining us, and if you've got any ideas, feel free to let us know, and I will do my best to cook something that you've recommended or that you've always wanted, you know, to try to cook and you're afraid to do it without watching a video first. So just let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys next time.